Good morning guys, welcome to Lost Things Gaming, the home of tips, tricks, guides and tunes of Forza Horizon. And we're having a look at the Winter Photo Challenge, hashtag Duos. Yeah, okay, cool. And basically what you need to do, take a photo of your car with another player or driver car at the Rail Express yard. Okay, I've done a fast travel over to Speed Champions because that's where it is. And I'm going to look for some other people. I've put the Mosler on because I'm thinking I might do something with some jumps. I might do something interesting. I am totally and utterly making this up as I go along. Okay, plenty of people here. There's a few people spinning and messing about. And the Express North Rail Yard. Okay, there's more people coming in. And what should I do? Actually, I think I'll change my car. I won't go for a Mosler. I'll go for the Alfa Romeo. I'll go for the Alfa Romeo Giulia Quadrifoglio Forza Edition, which is one of my favourite cars in the game. Because I was doing a trial before this, I did put the traction on. And I want that off so I can spin it around and take some photos, make some smoke, and just let's see what we can do. I'm totally making this up as I go along. There's plenty of people here. Oh, fantastic. Someone's just done the jump. Right. This is a good opportunity now. And because someone's got the jump, I can actually try and get something in frame of them doing the jump, although it looks more like a Star Trek shuttlecraft without the lights on, making that jump rather than a truck or a van utilities or whatever it is they're using. But let's adjust some settings. Let's get the lighting right because I want this to be, I don't want it to be too bright. I don't want it to be too dark. I want it to be sort of almost like twilight look because I really do want to play off the lights, which we've got all the way around the rail yard. And these really do play off really well. That picture is cool. That's good. I quite like that. And that would do, but I've decided, let's see if I can actually get another car in. So I've got 3 cars in shot now. Right, this is completely and utterly winging it. And I've got another one here. And I sort of like to do this with my photography in Forza. I like to sort of drive around, see something, and then just snap a photo and go, that looks cool. I don't sort of plan photo shoots. I don't plan this. I don't plan that. A lot of people do, and that's probably the more sensible way of doing it. I don't. I just go in and just make it up as I go along. Be a bit spontaneous. And I've got my colour casting here. I've got my colour set up quite nicely. It's borderline blue and white on the snow. So it gives you sort of really sort of stark feel, quite cold feel. I could reduce the colour down more if I wanted to make it a bit more stark, but I do want sort of the colours to pop, especially as I've got 2 cars here with very similar racing stripe designs. So that's actually quite smart. And I do want to integrate that truck which is frozen in mid-air because I've gone into photo mode, long since landed, but I want to get something in shot where I've got the 2 cars sort of framing the one that's jumping, and I've got another one here. Everybody's turning up for this. I don't think anyone's shy of a photo to get this challenge completed. All I'm doing is just testing frame and just messing around, sort of experimenting with different frames, different elements, to seeing how I can sort of add each element into the photo. And I definitely want to keep this jumping car in because it's like a focal point, but it's also just looking quite cool. And I've got this Koenigsegg here, Too Fast For You, and my Alfa's over on the other side, and you've got some there. But that's actually quite a good shot. Just adjust the vignette on it because I want to drop that down a little bit. First, last time I took a photo, I did put quite a bit of vignette on, and it does work quite effectively at night time. I do like the snow and the ice on the front of the Alfa here. That's cool. And I've got the Koenigsegg just staggered off. So that's actually quite smart. I do like that picture, and that would count. You can put the lights on and off, but for this one, I'm going to turn the lights off because it just blows out the centre of the picture. Try a couple of little tilts, see how they look. I will actually take a photo with the lights on, but not from the front. So if I tilt down and go in to the side of this Koenigsegg, I've got the Koenigsegg on one side, the Alfa on the other one, and I'm just trying to frame this so it focuses in a way on the building and the car jumping over, which has now got its lights on, so it looks more like a car, less like a shuttlecraft. This is sort of how I approach photography in games and in real life in a way. Just go in and just go, oh, that looks like a cool picture, or that's an idea. You sort of just pick stuff up on the spot and sort of improvise. What I really want to do with this is get a nice long shot, like a big wide shot, where I've got all 4 cars in, plus the one that's jumping. The building as centred as possible, but it's not that easy when it comes to getting all 4 cars in. So instead of using the building to frame, I'm going to be using the lampposts to frame. You know, these big lamps, these big lights that are dotted around. So I'm using them to frame the image and just zooming in a little bit, moving around a little bit, just to sort of get it just right. I do like the asymmetric nature of the way the building's set up as well. So I'm going to use this as my main photo. So photo contains your car, it contains another player car, and it's taken at the North Rail Yard. Okay. And I do particularly like about the colour cast I've got on this, that it actually shows like the purples. Like I love this, like the violets and the purples, and it's sort of really stark, but also having sort of like a natural beauty. And I can go further back on this if I want to. I can readjust, I can do different stuff. There's different ways you can do this. One idea I was thinking of was if I could get up and take a shot through the window looking down. That would actually be quite cool. So if you get your car up there and this car's below in the area down here, you could probably take some pretty smart photos of your car overlooking with the broken windows acting as a bit of a filter. But I couldn't quite do that on mine. That was an afterthought in a way. But that's quite a cool idea. That's a nice photo of the hills and the mountains in the background, the lights. Yeah, that's actually pretty decent. And I've left photo mode now. Basically, that would cover you off, that would sort you out. There's a lot of sort of creative stuff you can do. There's a lot of creative stuff you can do in photo mode. Like I've just caught this now. I've got the flames coming out the back of the Alfa. It's also kicking up a bit of snow as it moves off. So that's actually quite a good blend. I've got half and half here. I've got my car in sort of half a shot, and then I've got a long shot towards another player's car. This would also count and be quite a cool looking photo for the photo challenge. Although for me personally, I did want to try and get a decent little photo of the Alfa with the fire coming out. So I'm going to frame this up and just do this one pretty much just for me, although I did put it up on Twitter a bit earlier. That's actually quite cool, the fire coming out of both exhausts, and it actually looks really smart. I quite like that. And that's sort of a crux with photography in Forza, because you can actually do some quite creative stuff. My settings are pretty simple. They're not much different to what I had last week. I do like this sort of shot because I've got one car like in motion, one car sitting there and just me at the back. And with this, that's basically like my bit of free roaming, ad-libbing, make it up as I go along photography. I'm going to show you now how to save this stuff and get it out of Forza and onto your computer. So you just take a picture, because I didn't before, so this one will do. So I'm just going to call this one Duo's Vid or Duo's Video or something like that. Yeah, Duo's Vid. I'm going to save it and I'm going to share it. Current car, have it on scenery, no group, not filtered. I can't be bothered with a description because I'll be using this for a video. But unfortunately, I've come across a bit of a problem. And that problem is that when I went onto my desktop and tried to record the bit where I go into Forza Hub on Windows 10 and try to download the photos, at the current time of recording this, Xbox Live is down. The account services are down, the profiles services are down, the subscription services are down, and multiplayer is down. There's half of Xbox Live is just completely critically failed, and I can't actually log into Forza Hub. But if you go on to Microsoft Store, download Forza Hub, it's called, and open that up, and you can go to Gallery and you can see your photos, and from there you can download them, and that way you get them out of Forza and onto your computer so that you can use them on social media, you can use them as desktop wallpapers, you can use them as whatever you want. And remember, if you do put this stuff on social media, drop a comment down on this video with a link to it and use the hashtag Duos so we can have a look at this, because there's some really amazing photos being put together by the Forza community. So that is that, guys. That's a quick run through completely crazy photography approach in Forza. If you do like what I'm doing, if you like Forza stuff, and I post loads of guides and tips, tricks, tunes and all this, well, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and until next time, thank you for watching, take it easy and happy snapping.